Alta Ski Area is home to some of the best terrain in North America, seeing outstanding yearly snow totals with fluffy, light snow that makes skiing here a predictable and fun experience. Since 1938, Alta has been a go-to spot for advanced and expert skiers, but does it still provide the hyped-up snowfall and stunning terrain experience that it did 84 years ago? Today, we'll dive into the Alta experience and rank the resort in 10 categories from 0 to 10. A 1 is terrible, meaning the resort is severely lacking, while a 5 is average for any ski resort. Above a 5 enters above average territory, and a 10 means you won't find anything better in the world. Let's jump into Alta with the ease of access. Alta Ski Area is located in Utah's Little Cottonwood Canyon, just a short 30-minute drive from Salt Lake City. Alta is fairly easy to get to 90% of the time. Since Salt Lake City is a major international airport, moderately priced flights can be booked from most cities that lead directly to the valley. From there, several rental car programs are available for skiers to book. I highly recommend getting a four-wheel drive vehicle in case traction law goes into effect in the canyon. From the city, Alta Ski Area requires a short drive up the stunning Little Cottonwood Canyon, one of the snowiest zones in all of North America. A lot of the time, especially this season, the canyon drive is fairly easy and unassuming, but when it snows, this road turns directions. Though it's not as curvy and steep as Big Cottonwood Canyon, the drive in snow can get very interesting.
Just come on, at least crash to the right if you're gonna crash. This part's gnarly too. He has to turn left when his wheels are looking left.
That front tire is just spinning.
It's an off-camber turn too.
Yeah, no, it's like this. It's stuck like that.
Luckily, the Utah Department of Transportation regularly updates skiers on road conditions and traction laws in the canyon. You can check their Instagram. Low visibility powder days almost guarantee a crash at some point in the canyon, so book a capable vehicle to access the mountain. Overall, Alta is extremely easy to access most of the time, with the exception of some snowy powder days. Because of these circumstances, Alta will earn an 8 out of 10 for being well above average to access. The next category is the lodging and hotels. The resort has several options to choose from, most of which are very high-end. The hotels are within close proximity to Alta's base and contain luxurious amenities. These hotels, such as the Alta Lodge and Snowpine Lodge, provide easy ski-in, ski-out access to the mountain bases. Guests looking for other options should consider staying in Sandy and driving up, or choose the limited on-site lodging at Snowbird nearby. Of the several days I've skied Alta, I've never stayed on the mountain simply because the hotels are extremely pricey, but more on that later. Alta's lodging will earn an 8 for being well above average with several options in the close proximity to Salt Lake Valley. Let's talk food at Alta. The resort contains 2 main base areas, both with great food options. The Albion Base and Collins Base have lodges with decent food options. You can also eat at the Snowpine Lodge's Gulch Pub and the Collins Grill. Halfway up Collins Lift also has a restaurant for skiers to stop at. However, most guests will stop at Alf's Restaurant, the spot we ate lunch all 5 days of our trips because it was really good. This restaurant has your typical ski food, but also has grab and go, several soups or special options, and a variety of desserts. The food here is pretty good for a ski mountain, but I'm blown away by the amount of options. People staying in Salt Lake City will find anything you could want in terms of food, but this isn't strictly on mountain. Alta's food is well above average, earning the mountain an 8 out of 10. Although they have a variety of food options, larger destination resorts with village restaurants such as Whistler or Sun Peaks would earn higher scores here. Once you're ready to hit the famous Alta Ski Area, you need to take a lift to access terrain. I'm a huge fan of Alta's modern, unique, and well-placed setup. Every major base area or junction has 2 lift options, meaning crowd flow is top-notch. There's no major choke point aside from Sugarloaf on rare occasions. At the Collins base, the gulch is served by the Collins high-speed quad and the Wildcat double chair. Both lifts are well maintained and see little downtime, although Wildcat is older. The Sunnyside base area is serviced by the unique Sunnyside high-speed triple chair and the Albion double chair. Alta is planning to replace both of these lifts with a 6-pack in the summer of 2022. The midpoint of Alta is also serviced by 2 lifts, the Sugarloaf and Supreme high-speed quads. Sugarloaf is Alta's busiest lift, but is well relieved by the unique Supreme high-speed quad with a turn. The lifts are placed very well and prevent major buildups from occurring. Furthermore, I have not encountered a single lift that hasn't been run at full speed or very close to it. Getting between mountain areas is very simple due to Alta's modern and well-designed lift system. The resort will earn a 9 out of 10 in this category for being one of the few resorts left to run lifts at full speed and having a well thought out system. And now we've reached the quality of ski runs. Alta statistically has the best snow and accumulation combo of any resort in all of North America. The resort receives well over 500 inches of snow on average each year. The accumulation is extremely low density, allowing for effortless carving and turns. Deep powder often hits Alta. The resort's location in Little Cottonwood Canyon has a microclimate that loves to dump this famous powder onto both Alta and Snowbird, Alta receiving slightly more of it. After skiing in the Pacific Northwest for a while, Alta feels extraordinary and makes me feel like a better skier. During dry spells, the resort consistently stays at points of low humidity that preserves the snow, even if the temperature is slightly above freezing. Something other North American resorts can't match, with the exception of Snowbird, Brighton, and Solitude, is the famous chalk. The light accumulation likes to form surface-level leftovers, known as chalk by locals. This allows for the feel of powder skiing on the very surface, spraying tons of leftover snow. Even by the end of a ski day, Alta's runs still remain in great shape. The rocky base layer is easily covered by the outstanding snow totals, and rocks sticking out are well marked. Even a week after a storm, Alta still has spots to find fresh powder. If that wasn't enough, the snow seems to stay much more intact than the other 3 Cottonwood resorts, making Alta a great choice for skiers after a big storm. Let's also take a look at the grooming. Alta has some of the best quality grooming I've ever skied. It's even, smooth, fast, and flows nicely. The cat crew at the resort are highly skilled, and there's no spots with weird overlap or lumps. The resort will earn the rare 10 out of 10 score for having the world's best snow, lots of it, and stunning snow preservation. We know Alta has the best quality possible, but what about variety? Alta has almost everything you could ask for, whether it be bowl skiing, tree skiing, chutes.
Okay. Yeah, let's not do that. That's just rock the whole way.
Or just plain steeps.
You've been playing my mind lately. Turn it around.
Alta will have something for you to ski. Starting with beginner terrain, Alta is not as bad as you might have heard. The entire beginner pod located in the Sunnyside area is serviced by the high-speed triple, with a few good quality green runs. Some of these even have mellow trees off to the side for beginners to learn on. That said, Alta is not a beginner mountain, but what they do have is pretty good. Intermediate skiers will find a large chunk of terrain set out for them, off every mountain area. The Supreme and Sugarloaf zones have several fun intermediate runs, some groomed and others not. On the Collins side, Mambo and High Main Street are great groomer laps. Intermediate skiers on this side of the mountain can also access the ballroom area, which provides an opportunity for intermediates to learn bowl terrain. Trees of this difficulty also exist off the Collins area. Advanced skiers will be well suited here at Alta. For those looking to ski advanced groomers, skiers can hit Extrovert and Collins Face. Extrovert is my favorite advanced groomer I've ever skied. The run is located under the Sugarloaf chair and is fun to go fast on. If there's fresh snow, expect this to be groomed before the snowfall and be ready for fresh tracks. Collins Face is also a great advanced groomer with fun pitches. Ungroomed advanced but not expert terrain is also widespread. The entire Catherine's area under the Supreme Lift contains this terrain. Requiring a short 5 to 10 minute hike, Catherine's area deters many who don't feel like hiking. As a result, the snow stays preserved longer than most other mountain areas. The backside, consisting of Yellow Trail, Greeley Bowl, and High Greeley, is another option for advanced skiers to check out. Alta doesn't mark any of its runs as expert only with a double black rating, but the resort certainly has them. Expert skiers will feel right at home at Alta, with cliffs, steeps, and moguls off every single mountain area.
I bet there's some severe GoPro effect, but that is what I just came down.
The most iconic run here is Alf's High Rustler, or High Boy. This run requires a long, narrow traverse on the high traverse line. Once there, skiers need to navigate rocks and steep moguls to access the narrow, low-covered entrance to the run. Once entered, Highboy is less of a challenge. Though very steep, the run is wide and fairly smooth most of the way.
That was something.
Well, maybe it's still a bit challenging. In deep snow, skiers will also have a blast going down this run's powdery moguls. Another great expert area is Westward Ho off Wildcat.
Beyond this gate, some of the most difficult terrain at Alta. There are unmarked obstacles such as rocks, cliffs. Sick!
This whole area has chutes, cliffs, and steeps for anyone to push their limits on. Snow here often stays great due to the sketchy traverse and slow chair the area is serviced by. And if that wasn't enough, Alta is home to the Baldy Chutes, which remain closed most of the season. When open, a steep 45-minute hike is required to reach this extreme terrain, but I've heard the hike is absolutely worth it. Alta's grooming variety is good too. The resort grooms runs of every ability level and offers some of the most widespread grooming at a Rockies mountain. It's hard to beat the grooming at Alta. One thing the mountain lacks is a true terrain park, but Wildcat is essentially a freestyle playground with weird lips and tight landings. There are jumps built into many mountain faces and still let skiers get big air. Overall, the variety of runs at the resort will earn a 9 out of 10 for having everything you could ask for, with the exception of a groomed park and excessive beginner terrain. Alta is a challenging mountain and provides expert skiers with some of the most demanding terrain at any resort in all of North America. When you're skiing at Alta, the pricing needs to be considered. Starting with lift tickets, prices are very low considering the unique terrain and perfect snow. On average, lift tickets go for $120, with more expensive weeks on peak times. For the terrain on the mountain, this has to be the best pricing I've seen at a ski area in a while. Food is also priced pretty well. A burger or sandwich is not much more than something similar you'd find off-mountain. However, hotel prices are some of the highest I've ever seen, which may be deal breakers for some visitors. Overall, 2 of the 3 are good, so we'll go with a 7 out of 10 for the prices. Another major factor in a lot of visits, especially on Bluebird days, is the scenery. The views on our Bluebird trip were absolutely stunning. On a clear day, you can see through the canyon into the valley, and even into Snowbird. The best views at Alta are from the top of the Supreme Lift. You can see at least 10 steep, jagged peaks with terrain that makes you question how it's even possible to have formed. It's hard to find a mountain with views like Alta. Some destination resorts also feel commercialized, but Alta still manages to feel local. This also adds to the views, as you aren't staring at huge buildings all day. It's purely nature. This mountain will easily earn a 10 out of 10 for scenery, having beautiful views of peaks and the depths of Little Cottonwood Canyon. Staff at a ski resort can make or break your experience there. At most ski resorts, an average staff score would consist of team members that aren't very interactive but put a smile on their face for work. Alta is different, and you can tell the patrollers and lift ops like to show up and be engaging. They truly enjoy the mountain. The staff at Alta like to share the stoke, bringing a unique vibe to the resort. Allow me to share a few positive staff experiences I had. On my first day at Alta, I was at the top of the Wildcat chair looking for some chalk stashes. I came across a ski patroller who was willing to help and guided me to an isolated pod where he was heading. I promise never to share this spot with anyone, but locals may know where this is. I must have skied this run 4 to 5 times because of the great snow. The lift ops also like to make these snow animals in the lines and are very good at moving lines efficiently. On some lifts, the operators even asked me what run I was going to ski and if I liked it when returning back to the base, a level of interaction not seen at most ski resorts. The staff at Alta will earn an 8 for being very friendly and interactive. Still, the experience I had from staff at Sun Peaks was definitely a bit better. The final category is logistics. This covers small details of Alta that contribute to the overall experience of the mountain. Beginning with parking, Alta has a pretty solid system. Reservations are required on weekends and holidays to manage crowds. While locals don't love paying $20 to park, I think reserved parking eliminates the stress of having to arrive over an hour before opening to get a spot. The mountain layout is great. Very intuitive lift placement helps make it simple to travel between zones, and there's no weird flat spots that require pushing. No lifts or major choke points that are only there to connect zones. The snow and accumulation here is top-notch, another strong positive. Since Alta is almost 11,000 feet up, its microclimate gives extremely fast-changing temperatures and conditions. This mainly affects people hiking or skiing in open bowl terrain. Alta is already a big mountain, with 2,200 acres of inbounds terrain, but you can connect to neighboring Snowbird for an additional 2,500 acres with an AltaBird ticket or the Icon Pass. Their website is easy to use and also intuitive. It's easy to navigate sections and frequently check conditions. And that leaves us with the eternal debate. Alta is a skiers-only mountain, and snowboarders are not allowed here. While snowboarders do push more snow down the mountain and preventing them does better preserve snow, snowboarders don't get to shred this epic mountain. Leave your thoughts on this in the comments. From a logistics perspective, Alta will earn an 8 out of 10 for being significantly above average. That concludes this review, and I hope all of you learned something about this epic Utah ski resort. The final score for Alta is an 85 out of 100. That's easily the highest score we've ever assessed, and it happens to be my favorite mountain as well. It's hard to explain this mountain's epic snow quality, and the challenge is unreal. You all have to check it out for yourself if you can. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.